Bass Boys and Bass Girls? This is Chris from Georgia Bass Boys. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the lures that have been proven to me in the past to catch fish during the summertime. And I'm going to start off with my favorite one of this year, and that's the Spro Rat BBZ 130. This thing is a fish catching machine. It has caught me a ton of fish this year, man. And I've never had any confidence in it until this year. I just picked it up and said I'm going to use it. I'm not going to waste $25 on a lure and not use it. So I picked it up and I used it and I caught a fish, and I've had so much confidence in it since that I've been catching fish probably 8 out of 10 times that I go out, I would say. But this one, brown with the bone color tail, you want to fish this around the grass lines, the bank, shallow water, around structure. You can throw this in deeper water where fish are busting on the surface. But yeah, it does catch fish, guys. It catches big fish. So if you have one of these or you plan on getting one, I don't think Spro's sell them anymore, but you can get the aftermarket ones on eBay, which look exactly the same, so I don't see why they wouldn't work the same. So I know aftermarket Waffle Poppers work just like regular Waffle Poppers, so I would at least try it out. But they do catch fish. The next lure that I'm going to talk about is the Waffle Popper. Waffle Popper produces fish. Just about every size Waffle Popper produces fish. I'm going to go over some of the different sizes with you. Most people already know how to fish these. You're going to fish them shallow water, a couple of different cadences. The faster you go, the quieter this is. So I kind of like to go on the slower side, have that deeper prop sound hitting the water. Kind of draws fish from different depths in a lot easier. This one is the 75. It's a little bit more of a short, stout, little chubby version of the Waffle Popper, whereas this one's the 90. It's about a ½ inch to an inch longer, but it's slimmer. It's not as fat as this one. This one right here is a lot of people's favorite, the 90 in the loon or the bone. People love them. They catch a lot of fish, and to tell you the truth, it's probably my favorite too. This one and the 110 are probably my favorites. They catch more fish on those two than any of the other ones. But the 110 is a little bit bigger than the 190, and then the 130 is a little bit bigger than the 110. But each one of them sound a lot different in the water. Whereas the bigger one is going to have more of a bigger thump to it, whereas the 75 is not. They do make a 60. I've never personally seen one, and I think they make a 190 as well, which is a monster. But I generally like to throw the 90 and the 110. And the reason why is because they're big enough to make a good enough sound, but small enough not to spook the fish when it hits the water. The 130 will spook them. The 75 is not loud enough for me, but it still works, but it's just not one of my personal favorites. Moving on to square bills. We have so many different square bills, guys. You have flat-sided, you have like the slim flats, then you have the standards. I'm just gonna go over some of the standard ones with you, and some of the different brands that have worked for me. This is the Zari 3DR. Very tough. It's very hard to break these. The only issue I've ever had with these is the eyes fall out. And you can get like a sticker pad of eyes for like $5 on Amazon and glue them right back in. So, but it does catch fish. And when I say it catches fish, they catch big fish. A lot of people come up to me like, crankbaits catch small fish. No, they don't. Square bill crankbaits catch all sizes of fish. And if you're not catching big fish on a square bill crankbait, then you're not throwing it in the right spot, because they catch fish. That's the Zari. You got the Berkeley square bills. This one is the yellow perch. This is the chartreuse and blueback. Both of them catch fish. I've caught tons of fish on both of these. I've caught fish on the Delta crawl, or like the spring crawl or something other. It's like a burnt orange color. And then they had the bluegill ones as well that I've caught fish on. Moving on to the Strike King. Strike King has a silent crankbait, and they're very poorly produced. Very cheap. It's got a crack in this one already. I probably only used it twice. But it does catch fish. Whereas the Golden Boy, it's got a sound to it, but it's very poorly produced. But it catches fish. They're very similar. Very similar in size. Both of them are, I think, 2 to 5 feet in depth, or 3 to 6 feet, something like that. But as far as the build, very cheaply made, but very effective. If you're careful with them, you'll catch a lot of fish with them. Going on to the Lipless. Well, let me explain how to fish these first. These are really good around like rock beds, around wooden structure, whatnot. Shallow, close to the banks. If fish are busting up elsewhere, they will work there. I think any of these lures will work where a fish is feeding. So, but these do work, and they really work around rock and structure. So bounce them off some rock, get the fish's attention, kind of have a good crank speed to it, and fish will go after them. Now, moving on to the lipless crankbaits. This is an Aruka Shad 85. It's a 1 ounce lipless crankbait. It's very heavy. I'll fish these deep, and I'll fish them shallow. I fish them in the winter, and I'll fish them in the summer, because they catch fish. It's a very good deep water bait in the summer, and it's a very good mid depth in the spring, and it's a good deep water lure in the winter. So I'll throw these in 2 foot of water in the spring during bedding, during spawn. I'll throw them in there and catch fish on all day long. They will chase after them. And usually fish don't chase during spawn, but they will chase after those. This is the 6 cents. I don't know if everybody has seen the video where I'm using a white bird rod, but I had this on and I missed a massive fish. It let me go and was on this lure right here at Charlie Elliott. And I can't tell you how big it was, but man, it put up a fight, and to have it let me go like right at the end kind of sucked. But they catch fish. Probably if I was you, if you're going to get a Quake 70 from 6 cents, I would put another split ring on the back. Just I don't know. These have Gamakatsu hooks on them, and they're pretty. They stand pretty far. I mean, you could probably stand to put another split ring on the back on that one too, but I don't know. I've never really had an issue with the fish coming off on these. I've had an issue with fish coming off on these. So Uzari, this is another 3DR, I think, or 3D, whatever it is, but this is the baby bass, and it's got a good sound to it. It kind of sounds the same as the Quake 70, but it catches fish as well. And then this one is the only one that has not been proven to me, I don't think. That's the sound. This is the Rattlebot. I have not seen a big fish caught on this. I've caught a lot of fish on it, but I have not caught a big fish. So if y'all can catch a big fish on these, send me a picture. Send me a video. I'll put it up on one of my videos. I haven't seen it done, man. I've seen a lot of people fish these. I have a lot of friends that fish these, and I have a lot of friends that have never caught a big one on these. So, and I haven't either. So to me, it's one of those lures that if I feel like catching a fish and I don't care about the size, then I'll throw this on. But if I want to catch a fish and I want to catch a big one, then I'm going to throw that on. So, just a rule of thumb. The Ruka Shad, guys, people are sleeping on this lure. Don't sleep on the Ruka Shad, because that thing works. Alright, the next ones are bladed jigs. Bladed jigs are kind of like crankbaits. You can use them as a crankbait, kind of. You can use them as a regular jig and you drop them and bounce them. You can use them naked like this, or you can put a trailer on. I usually put the Saucy Swimmer on. A lot of people say do not put a boot tail or paddle tail on one of these, but I've got a lot of fish on it, so why not, you know? I dip the tail in a JJ's Magic, or either Spike It, the garlic, and it works. You got the standard one. This is the chatterbait. You have different brands. You got Terminator. You even have like Cast King doing theirs with Mad Bite now. So you have the Jackhammer Stealth blade, to where the blade is kind of clear, or it is clear, it's transparent. And I use this one and the Blue and Black. This is a 3/8 and this is a 1/2 ounce. I've caught a lot of fish on that this year, a lot of fish. And when I'm not using these, like early summer into spring, I was using Belly Spin, the Tour Grade by Strike King, and using it with the same Saucy Swimmer with the garlic Spike It or JJ's Dip It. The last one is a glide bait. This is could be intimidating to a lot of people because it's a heavier bait. You're going to use it. I use it with a 65-pound braid on a 20-pound leader, and I usually have about a 3.5 to 4 foot leader. I know that's kind of big, but I also have other bigger lures that I want to tie off, and I do a lot of kayak fishing, so I can't have like 20 rods on my kayak. So I'd rather have like 4 foot of leader. That way I can change out a couple of baits if I needed to. But this one right here is shallow water. It floats. You want to get it kind of close to structure. You don't want to throw it right on top of structure, but you want to throw it alongside structure, alongside grass, and shallow water. I've caught, I think, a 3 and a 4 pounder this year on this, but they catch fish too, man. A lot of good ones. All right, guys, there's not a lot in this video as far as catches go. I think I've caught 2 fish in this video, and I have a clip of one of our subscribers who sent me a video. He's one of the active subscribers that we had. He won a contest that we had, and ever since then he's been really vocal, suggesting things that I should be doing in my videos or whatnot. And he sent me a video of him catching a peacock bass, and I told him I would go ahead and put it on this week's video. So y'all enjoy. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button, smash subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the video. First fish down. Oh! Nothing big. About 1.5 pounds. Huh? Oh! Dude, I ripped this one up. Didn't mean to, but he got ripped. Alright, buddy, hang on a second. Hang on. I'm trying, buddy. Damn it, son. Put you in the water for a second. Alright. That's one down. Huh?
I am, it's recording. Okay, just keep bringing him because it's a horse. Ooh, don't get in my line. Here, you take your phone and record this while I go down and get that because. Watch out, watch out, watch out. That right there is probably the biggest peacock I've ever seen you catch. That's an honest 7-pound fish right there. And I just don't want to release. That is an honest 7-pound peacock if I ever saw one. Nice. A whopper, son. All right, man. This one right here is it, dude. This is my PB. Guys, can I borrow your scales? Dude, he swallowed this shit. Little bitty joker. Oh god dang it, man. It's a flopping everywhere. Bam! What do you think this is? 33 pounds? God dang it, son. Bam! Huh?